Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Eureka Farms, here in Farming Simulator 19 with me, CWATTYESO. I'm over here at the warehouse with my little trailer with the leftover bales from having baled the straw on field 8. I've also got the corn stalks bale, the old single bale on the trailer. I've managed to get it working, the auto-loading of these bales, by reverting the Straw Me mod back to version 1. Whatever they've changed in the latest update on the mod hub doesn't work. It doesn't work with auto-loader. Auto-loaders can't detect the bales and won't load them. So, yeah, bit of a bug with that update, and as a result I have gone back to using the original version of the mod, because I couldn't auto-load that bale. Now I can. Now we're over at the warehouse because you'll notice the little trigger that I put down to try and sell bales at has disappeared. And that's because I've removed my mod, my edit, my tweak, because it's not working. And when I actually went and had a look to try and figure out why it wasn't working, it's because the original egg mod that Stevie produced, that sells the eggs automatically as they are created by the chickens, doesn't actually have a bale or pallet trigger. So the bale sales and pallet sales that I made based off of that also don't have a bale or pallet trigger. So I can't unload bales at either of those. So what I've had to do, I've had to scour around and see if I could find another one and another mod, and I'm going to give this one a try. So let's have a look, see if this one works any better. So I want a bale sales down here at the warehouse. I'm just going to take that back a bit. If this one works, then I'll place another one up near the animal supplies place. Give that a bit of a whirl. Another issue I encountered with the Stevie one, the egg sales mod thing, when I tried to sell the sell points, because obviously I wanted to sell them, and then I thought maybe I need to sell them and place the new ones after I'd done some editing and tweaks. I found I couldn't sell them because for whatever reason I couldn't actually click on to the little hazard markings to actually be able to sell the item. And once I got more than one, I had a problem with the fact that because I couldn't select, I do have to unload them a little bit. Okay. But the main thing is, they all sold. So yes, I can sell bales at the warehouse, which means I need to place another one of these up near the animal supplies place, so I can sell bales and stuff there and get paid handsomely for doing so. Right, we're going to head back to the farm. I'm going to have a quick sleep, and then we're going to get cracking with the next day's work, which will be soil sampling the field and then getting it ploughed in field 8 ploughed, and then maybe if I've got a bit of time we can start doing some decorationing, putting down some items. We've got 486,000. I did pay off quite a bit of the loan, or have repaid quite a bit of the loan, so this moment in time don't have as much money as I could have had for decorating and buying objects. But anyway, there we are. Right, let's head over to the house. Now, I have done a little bit of decorating out the house already. Just put a few little bits and bobs down, just to try and make the Alpine house look a little bit nicer. Put my torch on. I've got a little bit of the hedge. There. A lump of firewood. I've got this lovely little veggie garden type deal, which apparently is a sell point for water and manure. So I should be able to sell water and manure there if I need to. Got another little bit of a hedge, a little flower pot, even place some little patio furniture, look. So, a couple of little items that I was playing with. That's from the newly released Alien Gym placeable pack mod thing. Okay, there we are, morning time. Ooh. Fresh off me kip. Right, let's go get the little tractor with the soil sampler. Go do field 8. Unfold him. This big radius on this thing now. Well, sampled. You know what, I might also be able to grab a bit of the next field over. It'll save me a bit of time. Get a bit of field 10 sampled as well, or field 9. Using a bit of an overlap. Give us a bit of an indication of what might be on field 9 for if we decide to buy that in the future. I'm not sure why as well. On the map, there's like two different... Why there's this line across the map where like it's like the image of the map doesn't add up. Like it's been made in two separate halves spliced together, but the photograph was taken at two different times of the day with two different light levels. You know? I keep looking at that thinking there's something weird going on in the map. It's not. It's the obviously the PDA has been made in such a funny, strange way. Get sample. Let's head down. Just got to fill in the gap now. Not a lot of gap left. I've got to do one more sample and then this whole field's done. Sample required. So field 8 is now sampled. Send them off for analysis. Fold that up. Soil samples have been analysed. Cost me $800. Terribly bad. What I might do is just detach this actually. So we can probably use this little tractor for other things. Because how many times do we do soil sampling? Compared to say, how many times will I need to repair something or refuel something? This can be my little fuel runner now then. Until we get a mower, and then we can do some mowing, maybe with the little truck. Right, let's have a quick look then. Field 8. We know it's been harvested. Field 7's growing weird as well, by the way. Don't know why. Right, precision farming. Okay, the loamy sand does continue all the way down and across field 8. However, there's not as much as there is on field 7. There's a lot more loam on field 7. And also field 8 is 5.66 hectares. And field 7 is 5.59. I think that although that is a little bit bigger, that's actually got better soil. There's a lot more loam and a lot more sandy loam than there is loamy sand. I think we go with the plan then. The plan will be that we're going to plant normal crops on this field, field 8, and then once we harvest field 7, we'll plant grass on field 7 instead. That'll be the new trick. That's what we're going to do next. Because it makes no sense planting grass on a field that's going to produce better yield for crops. Let's go grab the Challenger. Set about ploughing. We're going to need to lime spread this field because the pH value is bad. With the edge of the field. Ploughing has commenced. So we'll get this ploughed. Get lime put all over the field. Might think about manure spreading it, maybe, possibly. Depends what the nitrogen levels are like. Nitrogen's very bad, 0 kilograms per hectare on there. So yeah, we need to get some nitrogen planted, put on the field. I remember what I used for the lime applicator. Might have been Stevie's Axis 40.2. Yeah, probably use that for lime, and then we use the Stroutman for the manure. That was it. That was it. What I could do, I could hire a worker and let him carry on doing the ploughing. Although it's not really going to help me much, is it? Because until the plough's covered a large part of the field, I would just be sat waiting in the lime spreader or the nurse spreader. What I could do though is hire the worker to do the ploughing, and then we could go and look at placeables, couldn't we? We did talk about that in the last episode. We need to get some placeable type stuff. Didn't think about placeable selling station, alien gym selling stations. That's 250,000 litres for that big selling station. 4-bin job. Come back to the farm. We've got a normal refill point there. Wonder if we put maybe to make this thing around quite a bit. Doesn't rotate smoothly. Jerky jerky. I think potentially we put our big silo tip point is round the back of the silo. Yeah, we go. I think we go for that. It has changed the concrete, the ground surface texture. I'm looking at that. I could have pushed it a little bit more into those trees, but hey ho. Done that now. Silo is placed. What else do we then need, or would we like? Do we want a wash station? Got some greenhouses. We could have some greenhouses, which would produce us some money. Stevie's greenhouses. Farm products. I don't know if I'm actually going to need these shelves. I'm thinking to myself, we might not need those shelves. Storage for chicken food, horse food, pig food, pallets or big bags. Unless we start getting into the old animal feeding. Plenty of decorations. This is where I grab some of the like hedges and stuff from. There's all manner of things in here that we could place down. Vehicles, if we wanted vehicles. Containers. Wanted a playground, we could add a playground. There's all sorts of stuff that Jim's done in this pack. And we've got placeable trees. Farmhouses we don't need to worry about. We've got farmhouses, although now we have two from Jim. We have the crappy No Man's Land shack and then the slightly improved No Man's Land cabin. Global company mods. Okay. Fermenting Silo would be obviously very useful. Turning our grass into silage if we're doing loose. I think these take bales as well. I could load it all with bales and get loose material out. I think that's a problem. We got the global market mod as well. I keep forgetting about that. Got the grass dryer for making hay. A couple of TMR mixers. Can't use the steamer and potato washer on this map, of course, because there's no compatibility. Animal pens, we've got a couple of, like I say, we've looked at animal pens before. We've got the chickens. They've all got greatly increased capacities. Look, 3,000 chickens we could have in the chicken pen with animal pen extension as well. I'm thinking about maybe getting some of these put down. One of these. I think there's room for one of these at the like warehouse facility just as you first go in. I don't know which one to place. We've got bale storages that we could use for putting our bales into. Again, we've got more sheds if we need to buy sheds. We've got the potato warehouse from the Grimmy DLC, which is a nice shed actually. And then obviously we've got Agraz Land Trade, which is another sell point for us. Some beekeeping stuff. We could have a beehive. We wanted a placeable beehive. Do we want a placeable beehive? Generates a little bit of money. $20 a day. It costs. It generates $100 an hour. Put them in somewhere. Let's go find. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put a couple of them in. A couple of these beehives. Let's put them back here against the brick wall. They're a little bit away from everything. Last thing you want to be doing is be sat outside in your little garden area getting stung by bees, isn't it? That's the last thing anybody would want. I mean, we could add things like the sawmill if we wanted. Straw barn for putting straw and stuff in. Good stuff. Little vehicle workshop from Alien Jim. Probably don't need it now. I've got the little of course, we've got room for greenhouses, which require manure and water, which we don't quite yet have. I'm wondering about the washer. I'm wondering if we had the washer, Stevie's little washer, and our little washing area, like right here, next to our little RTK station. What do people think about that? Okay, now I've just realised I've placed it and I've blocked access to me scout. Me little me soil sampler. We'll go pick that up then in a bit. We're gonna have to retrieve that. Still got 228,000. Right, before I go too crazy, let's get some more equipment. Let's grab ourselves this. Yeah, we'll have some fenders. We'll have a beacon light. Numbers we won't bother with. Big floaters. I think we'll have it with the Michelin skinnies. We're going to have that. That's going to cost us 160,000. It's going to save us. We're going to save 34 quid by getting it used. 34 grand by getting it used, should I say. Crop protection. If we go for the boom, because it's the sprayer bit that we really want. That raises the capacity up. Load command system. What does that add? Apart from the price, I'm not really seeing it add anything to the model. Right, we have got a bit of money. Right, whilst that worker is still building everything, still ploughing, we can go get this up tall. This will enable us to do fertilising contracts a bit more quickly, as well as obviously being able to spray our own crops when they're growing. We're okay for fuel. Just need to give it a bit of a repair while we're here at the store. And that's that repaired. So 5 grand left in the wallet. Till we sell the next crops, but a few extra things have been bought. We now have a silo, which is a good thing. I'm not going to fill this up with lime just yet, with liquid fertiliser just yet, because I don't think we have a need for it. Unless there's a big fertilising contract that I could do. Field 1. There's field 3. I mean, as far as fertilising goes, field 1 would get us 32,000. You know what? Let's queue them up. Did the other fertilising contract disappear? Field, yeah, it now says harvesting on field 3. Huh. Okay. So actually, we will fill this up because we'll go off and do field 1 fertilising. Earns a bit of money. That's it. That's all the money I've got. I've only been able to buy 4,905. I'm only 26% full of liquid fertiliser. Oops. There we go. Let's see then if 40, 70, 80 bucks in the red at the minute. Because obviously the worker is ploughing and he's costing me money. But the Beehive should generate $100 an hour, so at 11 AM we should get $300, which will offset our costs a little bit. I don't think nearly 5,000 litres of liquid fertiliser is going to cover field 1. I could be wrong. I would like to be. I'm going to start at the far end of field 1 and I'm going to work my way back towards the main farm. So as I run out, I actually am getting closer. Let's start to unfold this beast now. And away we go. Love this thing. Don't think it's going to give us any indication of what we're applying. No values detected yet. So we're just spraying. We're just able to spray. I could probably turn the application rate right down. We'd be using even less, and I don't know if that would pull the contract. And we'll put the absolute bare minimum fertiliser on. And it'll go, yeah, contract complete. Whether it has to remain on automatic for contract purposes. But here we go, folks. Contracting is taking place. Our little worker gets the field 8 ploughed, get that lime spreaded and manured. Look at planting a crop on it of some sort. Might go for canola as the next crop because good value for money. And I believe the canola straw is worth more than normal regular straw. So wheat, barley, oats, that kind of stuff. You know. The good thing is I can now on the mini map see where I'm fertilising whilst doing this contract. So that is great. Precision farming update. Still seems to be working well for me. I am reading reports. On the forums that people are still criticising precision farming and saying it's full of bugs and it doesn't work right and that. But then I also notice these same people are using seasons and other mods that impact yields and impact the way crops grow. And I think to myself, you've probably got far too many conflicts going on. It's all right pointing the finger at precision farming and slamming all the blame on precision farming because that's the most recent mod that's come out. But maybe some of the other mods that you're using, like Seasons, which hasn't had a really good compatibility update in well over a year. Maybe that's causing the problem. Maybe you've just got to accept that if you want a precision farm, you need to do precision farming on its own. Don't use any other mods that interfere with fields and yields and growing. So remove the seasons mods, remove the realistic fruit mods, anything that changes how much yield, changes crop yields and stuff. Get rid of that. Have as few conflicts as possible if you're going to be playing with precision farming. Or if you really value mods like seasons and realistic fruits and that kind of stuff that highly, don't use precision farming. But one or the other. But I think that a lot of the problems that I'm seeing people having, and a lot of the problems that I'm seeing people posting on forums and in discords and stuff like that, is I think it's purely down to them running too many mods that interfere with one another. There's too many conflicts, and you know, if you remove the mod conflicts, you're going to have a lot of a happier time in the game. You've just got to decide which mods you prefer to use at the end of the day, and if you value seasons more than precision farming, remove precision farming. If you can't really, you know, you're not really that fussed about seasons, remove that, stick with precision farming. You know, the main thing is to limit, like I say, limit the number of mods you're using that change and interfere with the same things, because it's just going to cause you problems. But also check the maps. Check when the map you're playing on was last updated. You know, if it hasn't had like an update for like precision farming and stuff, it hasn't got a custom soil map and that. Let's not forget, you know, you're going to get different results. You're going to get random things, because you're going to get the random soil map, Giant's default random soil map applied, like I've had on this map. Which is why I've got the issues with the crappy loamy sand. And that's another thing as well. All the people who are complaining that oh, I'm using seasons and precision farming and I still can't complete harvest contracts. The one thing none of these people, when they're moaning and complaining and saying that the mods are broken, the one thing none of these people ever tell you is what type of soil they have on their fields. Because if you have loamy sand, which is this yellowy colour, that's minus 20% to all crop yields. Minus 20, you're going to reduce all your crop yields by 20% on that area covered by that yellow soil. Okay? This green, sandy loam, that's going to reduce, or should, no, not loam, sandy loam, sorry, the silty clay, the black stuff, the kind of blacky coloured soil, that is, I believe, a 10% reduction in yield for all crops planted on dark silty clay colour. Okay? Doesn't matter how well you fertilise your field or how well you lime spread your field, you are not going to overcome those 20% and 10% reductions to the yield. Okay? So if you have a harvest contract that requires you to harvest, you know, let's use simple numbers, for example, 100 litres. It requires you to harvest and sell 100 litres of crop to complete the contract. And if your field is covered in that stuff, that yellow stuff, well, you're only going to be able to harvest 80 litres. Doesn't matter how well you fertilise or lime the field, because of the sandy loam, at most you're only ever going to be able to harvest 80 litres. So you won't be able to complete the contract. If you then have other mods like seasons, which you're going to have patches on the field where crops have failed to germinate, where crops have withered, where crops are going to be less yielding, again, it's all going to come off. So your 80% is then going to come down even lower, and then you're complaining that, oh, I can't complete the contract. Well, yeah, you can see why now, can't you? Why you can't complete a harvest contract, because of those elements. And I know I saw in a Discord group that I'm a member of, somebody posted a screenshot of a comment I left on Giants forums and was basically throwing some insults at me because I was saying how well the contract on field 12 on this map worked, with the fact that we was able to complete the contract on field 12 and we had 200,000 litres of crop left over that we were able to sell for ourselves. And they were like, oh, well, that's totally unrealistic, and oh, that would never happen in real life, and blah, blah, blah. Hey, yes, I fully agree. It wouldn't happen in real life, but this is a video game. And that's the way the game is meant to work. Now, whether this map, like I say, does something different with the yields, that the fields generate more crops more generously, and as a result, you're going to get more crop off of these fields than you would on, say, another map that uses a standard yield amounts. I don't know, but ultimately, at the end of the day, I can only comment on what I've seen so far, which is I have done a harvest contract on this map with precision farming installed, and I've been able to complete it. And since the precision farming update, I've been able to complete every contract that I have attempted. I've not had a single contract fail or be uncompletable since updating precision farming. Now, I am only running precision. I'm not running any other mods like seasons and stuff. So, again, maybe the variables in my save games on the different maps that I am playing on are a lot less and far, you know, far reduced, because I'm only using the one mod that messes with everything and fiddles with everything. So I can't comment on whether I would have the same. Would the contract have failed if I'd been playing with seasons and precision farming? I don't know. I can't comment on that. The one other thing I'm going to comment very quickly on as I come to the end of this video is why there is this sudden need by people in the farming simulator community to become aggressive, rude and offensive towards people that have actually posted and sent them information that they have asked for or requested, or, you know, if someone's asked for help, you know, if somebody's asked for help, why isn't such and such working? And somebody's posted the answer, the correct answer to the why, and help them fix the problem. Why are the people who are asking for help and support then turning round and being rude and offensive to the person or people that are replying to them and trying to help them? That's one thing I have noticed. Like I say, in the past week, I've seen it quite a lot in a lot of places. And ever since this whole drama with Oxygen David started in Chellington Farms, I've seen this. And I'm not going to beat about the bush. The place where I saw several people making Discord posts, insulting me, throwing shade at me, trying to be disrespectful about my YouTube channel, my videos, my Twitch, trying to call me a small YouTuber, a small channel, and basically having digs and pops at me. It was in the Oxygen David forum, the Oxygen David people. So whether it's just a specific group of the community that's getting a little bit salty and a little bit sad and pathetic, I don't know. But like I say, I've certainly encountered it a couple of times. I've encountered a couple of times on the Steam forums where people have seen two identical situations where somebody's posted, I've bought the Platinum DLC for Farming Simulator 19 and I can't get the Grimmy DLC, the Potato DLC, for free. Why is this? And then they've gone on to accuse Giants of being scammers because they can't get it for free. Or, you know, they've released a DLC that modders have done bigger and better already than that. And both times, the answer was relatively simple and straightforward. For one, the Grimmy DLC was never advertised as being free. It was always advertised as being $4.99. The Grimmy DLC will always be $4.99. Two, the Grimmy DLC wasn't made by Giants. It was made by an actual modding team. a different group. It's not made by Giants. Yes, Giants have released it and Giants have put it out there at $4.99. But as far as I know, all proceeds from the sale of that DLC go to that modding team that made the DLC. Thirdly, the Platinum DLC is only for the class vehicles and equipment. If you buy the Platinum DLC, you're only getting and are only entitled to the class DLC and equipment. What I believe a lot of people have done is they've bought the Platinum DLC when they should have bought the Premium Edition, which is the base game plus Season Pass, or they should have just, if they already owned the base game, they should have bought the Season Pass on its own. If you have the Season Pass, and that means if you own the Premium Edition or you own the Season Pass, yes, you get the Grimmy DLC for free because it's included in the Season Pass. So these people that have posted, these two separate people that posted, oh, I bought this Platinum DLC and I can't get the Grimmy DLC. When I've explained what I've just said to them, that they're not entitled to the Grimmy DLC for free because they haven't got the Premium Edition or the Season Pass, they've bought the wrong DLC, and the Grimmy DLC was never ever advertised as being free. It is $4.99. They've then come back at me with offensive and rude remarks. And it's like, well, you know what? You've asked for help. I've given it to you in plain, simple terms. And now you're having a go at me because you got it wrong. You didn't read the descriptions clearly when you bought the DLC. It's my fault that you can't read. Right, yeah. I see. I understand. So yeah, that's one thing I'm a little bit, if I have to be honest, I'm a little bit not happy about with the farming sim community. Otherwise, you know, I'm really loving farming sim. I'm still loving it, still enjoying it. The one thing I will say is the events of the last couple of weeks, over the last week or two, within some of the things I've seen being done and posted by individuals in the community, is just a bit sad. And like I say, I'm not taking sides with anybody in the drama situation. I'm not going to take Giant's side. I'm not going to take a modder's side, because unfortunately we are not seeing all the evidence. We're not seeing the whole story because Giants aren't commenting, aren't posting anything. That's not their style. They don't air their dirty laundry in public. If they've got problems, if they've got issues, they deal with the individuals. They're not making problems and issues public because it's no one else's business at the end of the day. The modder, he's putting out obviously his version of events, his side of the story, but like I say, it's one side of the story. If you believe that on fact and face principle, then without knowing the full details, then you're not really doing things fair. Like I say, I personally believe there's probably faults on both sides in this situation at the moment. And I think all parties could do with just fucking having their heads banged together and being told to fucking grow up. You know, grow up and just get along. Stop falling out. Just get along. Everybody should get along. Everyone should be nice to each other. Stop falling out, people, you know? It's my one plea to everybody in the farming simulating community right now is stop the aggressiveness, stop the rude comments, stop the hate, and just be nice to everyone. Just get along. And if you haven't got anything nice to say, or, you know, you can't post something or write something without the insults and the remarks and the stupid comments, then just have a bit of self-discipline and don't post anything, you know? Just walk away. You know? There's just no need for it. Seriously, people. 2021, let's try and flipping be better human beings to one another. Okay? Let's try and get on. Let's stop attacking people. Let's stop trying to be hurtful and offensive. And let's just try and enjoy the game. And just focus on playing the game and enjoying our farming. You know? It's all we've got to do, folks. And on that note, I'm going to say thank you for watching this video. I'm sorry it got ranty there at the end, but it's something that's been kind of irritating me the last 24 hours enough. I've said it. I've put it out there, and that's it. Done. Next video will be chirper and chippy again. So, we've got that field sampled. Field 8. Next video, we'll get it limed. We'll get it manured, and we'll then get it seeded and sown with canola as our next crop. Our wheat is growing. In fact, our wheat is probably getting ready for harvest in some places. It's still green in others. Our oat, sorry. So we'll let that grow properly. We'll let the whole field grow to the same stage, and then we'll get that harvested as well. And then we'll get the straw picked up and sold. We might even put some of the oats in the silo. We might not sell all the oats. We might keep some back. We might do horses. We might add horses, because horses are going to be a good money maker. Typically, you only have to give them a bit of oat and a bit of hay, and a bit of straw, and obviously water, and they're quite happy. And after 10 days, you sell them and make 100 grand a horse. So yeah, quite happy about that. Did I finish that contract? I'm pretty sure I finished the contract, didn't I? Yes, I did. So we'll collect our $32,000 for that, and we are done for today, folks. So thank you everybody for watching this episode. I'll see you all again very soon. Goodbye for now.